Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Lauritsen, and this is Read, Write, and Cite, the show where I teach you how to read, write, and cite for your college classes. But this is a video at the beginning of a series talking about a specific event that happens once a year, and we call it NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. It happens during November every single year, and it's sort of a contest. It's an event. It's an excuse for people who want to write a book to just say, forget this, I'm going to stop making excuses and I'm just going to do it. So here's the basic contest. And I'm not in charge of this. You can go to NaNoWriMo.org to kind of see what's going on. And you're a winner if you do it. You know, that's not what it's for. It's really just a justification to get something written. So I thought I could make a series with some advice on how to do this and talking a little bit about creative writing, which is relevant to what we do on this channel. The competition is basically this. You want to write 50,000 words in 1 month. Now, you're not trying to write a polished novel, you're trying to write the rough draft of a novel. And it goes something like this. In the 30 days of November, I'm going to do some math. In the 30 days of November, you want to write 50,000 words. 50,000 words would equate to like 167 pages of a novel, assuming a novel is about 300 words per page, right? Anyway, yes, okay. So if you're doing that and you try to write the same pace every single day, you need to write 1,666.6 words per day to meet the goal. So let's call it 1,670, I don't know, something like that. If you do that every single day, by the end of the month, you're gonna have 50,000 words written towards a novel. Now, some novels are shorter than that. Some are much, much, much longer than that. But that's the competition, that's the goal. So here's some tips for those who are getting started. First tip. Try to figure out what it is you want to write about and don't make any excuses, right? So let's say you're going to be like me. I'm writing a movie script instead of a novel. So my goals are going to be a little bit different, but I plan on actually making this movie in a few months. I'm getting camera equipment together. We're going to be scouting locations. We're going to be casting actors, and we're going to actually go shoot this thing. So I've got a bit of a good motivator other than just doing the contest. But let's say you're just like, you know what, I want to write a novel and I want to stop making excuses. So start with an idea. It's going to be really hard to sit down and say, I want to write a novel and not know what you're going to say and try to write. So I would start with an outline. Come up with an idea for where you want it to go, and if at all possible, have an idea for how it's going to end, right? So often for me, my big mistake is I've got an idea, maybe I've got some interesting characters, kind of a situation that I think will be an interesting story, and I just never finish the thing because I don't know how to end it. This is what happened to me in my first NaNoWriMo. I got about halfway through. I think I got to 22,000 words. It was like 100 pages the way I'd written it, and I didn't know how to end the thing, and the story was starting to take off into weird directions, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It could be kind of great to write something and not know exactly where it's going, but it wasn't going to land. I wasn't going to be able to end the story where I needed it to be, and I kind of got frustrated and haven't gone back to it. That was 2012. I think I tried it again in like 2014, 15, and I only got a day or two in. And so I know from bad experience, if you can't keep your pace, it's a little tricky to try and do this competition. But that's why I'm talking from learned failures, right? Okay, so have a goal for what you're gonna do. Have a good outline. So what I've done this time around is I've got a really detailed outline for the whole movie I'm writing. I know there's 22 scenes. I know where they take place and an idea of what happens in each of them. Then I have an outline for each scene. couple things that need to happen, what the character's motivations are, and what the primary conflict of the scene is. Because, you know, your characters have to want something, or else the scene is gonna feel kind of useless, like nothing's really happening, right? But being aware that this character and this character are in the same place at the same time and they don't agree, that can create interesting conflict, which is satisfying for your reader to see, and it makes for an interesting story. Even though I have a good idea how the whole story is gonna go, I'm still gonna start in the middle. Sorry, that's backwards. I'm gonna start at the beginning and write, and maybe things will change along the way. That's gonna require me to update and change the outline, which is fine. Because if you're creating really good, interesting characters and they decide to do something different, it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Some really, just movie history, some very classic movies, they kind of wrote along the way. Sometimes out of necessity, sometimes out of, I don't know, process. Recently, Mission Impossible Fallout, they had a pretty good idea what was going to happen, but they were rewriting the script along the way. If we go back a ways, the movie Jaws, they had so many technical problems that they would just meet up every single night, write the script for the next day, then they go out and shoot the thing. And it was tricky in part because they had built a really big shark and it wasn't working, so it ended up being more suspenseful because they weren't showing it a lot. That might work for your story. And if we go back a ways, we get back to Casablanca. They were constantly rewriting the thing as they shot it, and it's a classic film, just like Jaws. So just because you have to make changes along the way doesn't mean it's not going to end well. But you have to have a really good idea of what you want your story to be so that you don't get lost along the way. Because writing 50,000 words in such a short period of time, it's easy to lose focus. So how can you keep focus? You set reasonable goals through an outline. I want to write 1670 words a day, something like that. It's manageable, but you're going to have to set time aside to do it. You're going to have to say, you know what, I'm going to write 2 hours a night, or, you know, I'm going to a little bit in the morning, a little at night, whatever works for your schedule. If this is something, again, that you're going to try and do. You also need to, and this is the hard part, don't delete anything. You just can't. If you're the kind of writer that everything has to be perfect before you move on to the next thing, this is going to be really hard. Whether you're typing or you're whatever. Because if you're editing as you write, that's not a bad process, but it's bad for this competition because you want to reach a word count goal. When you're done, you want to have 50,000 words, but it's going to be a rough draft. There's no reasonable expectation that it's going to be perfect or that you can like publish this thing right away. That's what you could do in December and January and February and whatever comes later. Once you have it on paper, you're not done yet, but you've got something that you can work with and mold into the thing it will become. So anyway, I was probably going to start out with a numbered list and did a bunch of other things, but this is hopefully some advice to help you if you plan on doing NaNoWriMo. I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. I'm going to be writing a script, but I'm going to be posting videos with advice like this and keeping you posted on how I'm doing. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in doing this, feel free to let me know how it's going in the comments below. I'd love to hear, and that's it. I'm Dr. Jacob Larson. This is Read, Write, and Cite. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.